It is proven that for a nation to be recognized as a powerhouse in the world of sport, there has to be a strong foundation where talent is nurtured, hence the need of having sports academies. Like any other sporting nation, Kenya has a breeding ground for sportsmen and women called the Kenya Academy of Sports, which deals with all kinds of sports disciplines. And let's not forget, Kenya is known for athletics and the rugby sevens. So today I'll be talking about football, the most beloved sport in the world. Kenya has been struggling to make a name for itself in this particular discipline, but I would say we are not badly off since our nation has produced football maestros such as Michael Olunga, Victor Wanyama, his brother McDonald Mariga, just to name but a few. And it goes without saying that stakeholders in the sport are also playing their part in the betterment of the game with the resources that we have. In Europe, football is a career that pays well, so those nations have invested heavily in the sport since it also is an economic activity. And with that, we caught up with former Kenyan international and former Kenya Premier League side AFC Leopards player Richard Madegwa, who runs the Kysa International Soccer Academy based in Kasarani, which he says it is his way of giving back to the sport.
Kysa started back in 1998. That is when we started this program back in the estate. Then with the help of the stadium management board here, we moved here in 2002 and we've been here since 2002. Actually, my biggest supporters are my brothers who are in Germany. They're the ones who've been supporting us all through. The balls, the cons, and everything that we have in the academy today have been donated by groups of their friends in Germany. They're the ones who've been supporting our program all through. If you see, most of the kids that we have here come from the surrounding here, Gorogocho, Ngomongo, Zimmerman, Githurai, Mwiki, surround here. Okay, although we have a few children who can be able to support themselves, which is about 10% of the whole group.
There are 180 kids in Kysa International Soccer Academy, but a majority of the players are boys since parents in the area are not yet convinced that girls are just as good as boys in football. Kysa has partnerships with secondary schools that have got proper football programs, and pupils who have scored good marks in KCP examinations from Kysa are given priority in joining schools such as St. Anthony's, Kakamega High and Kapenguria High Schools, which are known for performing well in the national school games. Through the help of sponsors, the kids in Kysa have had a chance to be oriented in European-style football.
We've been participating in a lot of tournaments. We were in England in 2014. We were in Sweden in 2016, and we are planning to be in England again next year, 2019.
Kysa too has been able to contribute in Kenyan football fraternity by producing players to the top flight leagues.
Our two players who have come from the academy who are playing top flight football now, we have Josephat Oyugi, who is at Tony. Then we have Jack Bruno, who is at Nakumat. They are the two top players who have come from the academy so far. The other two are playing already in the academy in the UK. We are hoping that they will make it.
Being a footballer himself, Mr. Richard Madegwa has had his fair share of challenges in the sport, and this is what he thinks should be done to ensure that we raise the level of football in the country.
Number one, we must have goodwill from the government. Must have goodwill from the government. The government has to come down. You can see, like us, Kysa, we are in the government property as we speak today, but we don't get any support in terms of doing the development, because this is where football is from. If we cannot develop football from this level, we don't expect somebody who is 18 to be able to participate. So the government has to come into such programs. These programs, we are saying, we have so many kids in all our 47 counties. So if all these kids can have a program like this, so in future I can say we can get 47 great players from each and every county.
Being that football is one of the most spectated sports in the world, people everywhere are trying to keep it that way, and this is done by establishment of soccer academies that help in nurturing of the talent. Samson Jura, KUTV.